Yo, my name's Kashmir. I have 12 years FPS experience, 5 years aim training. These are my top 4 tips to improve your aim instantly. Tip number 1 would be choose the right sensitivity for you. Me personally, I would not copy another pro player. I would not copy a YouTuber you watch. I would just fiddle with the sensitivity and figure out which one works for you. My favorite way to measure sensitivity would be centimeter 360. This is the amount of centimeters your mouse would have to move to initiate a full 360 turn in a game. I'm going to throw some text on screen, which is kind of a indicator on high, medium, or low sense based on centimeter 360 distance. I think it's the best way to gauge how fast or slow a sensitivity is. As long as you convert your sensitivity from one game to another, the centimeter 360 should not change. Now, how do you find the right sens? First, figure out if you have a lot or a little amount of mouse space. If you have a lot, then you can work with whatever sensitivity that you want to work with. You're not forced on a low or a fast sens. If you don't have that much mouse room and you are kind of forced on a fast sensitivity, I recommend upgrading mouse pads, getting a bigger one so that you have more room to work with, and that's just going to make it so much easier for you to figure out what sensitivity you're going to like. When it comes to figuring out if you need to up it or lower it, I like to go by these rules. If you're too shaky, lower it. If you're too slow and it feels like a workout and your arm's getting tired, make it higher. Find what feels right and stick with it. Do not change the sensitivity back and forth, just figure out what seems relatively good and just stick with it. I could end the video here and I could just say stick with the sensitivity and just play and you will improve, but I'm going to go a little further. Tracking in rivals is difficult because there's no slowness when you shoot somebody, so they can just move completely freely and very quickly in the game, especially with things like chainsaw boost and whatnot. When it comes to improving your tracking, the best thing to do realistically is just play the game. However, if you wanted to incorporate aim trainers like Aim Labs, I recommend the Ranked playlist. Aim Labs Ranked has 3 different categories, and it kind of covers everything that you really need. I used to aim train 3 to 4 hours a day. I don't anymore. However, when I do, it's mainly just Aim Labs Ranked. But at the end of the day, when it comes to improving, just simply playing with the same sensitivity and focusing on improvement is all you need. So for tip number 3, it's actually going to be a question I get a lot, and that's should I be looking at the crosshair or the player? And it's both. Let me explain. If you tunnel vision your crosshair, you're only going to see in the general cone of vision that your crosshair gives you, if that makes sense. So for example, I may not see this person on the left if I'm just staring at my crosshair. So staring at your crosshair all the time is actually a terrible idea. You want to be looking at your screen until you actually have to track. In this example, I'm just looking at my screen, I see this person on the left, so I flick, and now I'm looking at my crosshair. And obviously these bots don't move, but if they were to move, I could look at my crosshair and I could actually track them. A good example would be from my latest video at the end of it, where this clip plays. You can see that I'm staring at my screen the entire time, up until I get up top, and I see the person on the right, so I flick, and then I just start tracking, and this is when I'm looking at my crosshair. So tip number 4 is actually going to just be matching your sensitivity among all games that you play. And I'm going to show you how to do this right now. So here we're on mouse-sensitivity.com. And from here you can convert from essentially any game you wanted to another game. The reason you want to do this is because you can't mess up any muscle memory if your sensitivity is completely matched 1-to-1 to any game. When you first load up mouse-sensitivity.com, it's going to look like this, and you're going to be so confused. You're going to be like, oh, what does any of this do? And honestly, I'm right with you. This is way too much. Let's put on simple. Now it's a little bit easier, and you don't even have to input really anything but 2 numbers into these boxes. So you click the game. Say I wanted to convert my Valorant sensitivity to my Roblox sensitivity. You will convert from Valorant to Roblox. Sensitivity 1 is going to be your Valorant sensitivity. Mine is 0.982. I play on 600 DPI. You just input these 2 numbers and you scroll down and you'll see here camera sensitivity 0.13748. That's mine. 22.1705 centimeter 360. And that's perfectly matched. You can see right here, no discrepancy. Pretty cool. It's pretty rare. Usually there's actually like a very, very slight, not noticeable, very, very slight discrepancy. Thank you for watching. I hope some of this helps you out. We reached 4K subs. That's absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Peace, peace.